Here's the topic you may continue discussing over dinner tonight. Who's to blame for infidelity? We're going to take a look at why men cheat and how to catch a cheater. Joining us are the author of The Problem with Women is Men, Charles Orlando, and the author of Ultimate Betrayal, criminal investigator Danine Manette. Welcome back to the show, both of you.
Thank you.
Hot topic. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Now, I want to start with the question, what's the definition of infidelity? But I would imagine men and women define it differently, right? Or do they?
Well, ladies first.
Well, they do. Men tend to believe that infidelity is sex. Anything short of sex, they don't seem to really classify as infidelity.
Like kissing, they don't think is cheating?
They can get a phone number and, maybe even have physical contact, but if I didn't have sex with her, nothing was going to happen. I didn't mean anything by it. So
well,
sometimes they're a little looser.
It depends on the sex, too, because, yeah, oral sex doesn't necessarily qualify, according to men. So, but there's different types of cheating, though. So when you're talking about, like, flings are these short-term affairs, right? And there's long-term affairs which have physical and emotional connection, and then there's online infidelity, which is largely emotional. So they're different, but they all mean the same thing.
I think emotional cheating is cheating.
And see, a lot of women believe that.
Yes, of course. Right. If your mind is focused on another lady, that's cheating.
Right. Sure, and
You're
the men don't think that
Actually,
way.
I agree with the ladies on this one. I mean, emotional infidelity is cheating.
Well, and it's worse to get over, too. With the women I've spoken with, that's the worst kind of cheating that you can get over.
And to me, cheating is anything that you're doing outside of the presence of your spouse or partner that you would not be doing if they were sitting right there. It's your intent.
Well, who cheats more, men or women? Are there any statistics on that?
I find them to be equal. I just think men don't talk about it as much because they suffer in silence. They look at it as an attack on their sexuality, and they don't talk with their coworkers and buddies. Women just talk about it more with their friends and their family, and so it just appears that men cheat more.
Well, and men are also the stupid ones who get caught all the time. So you end up with a politician with a stoic wife behind them, praising him for being brave in front of the camera. Just get rid of him.
Now, what are the reasons why men and women cheat? Are they different?
They are. Usually, cheating is, first of all, it's not the problem. It's usually a symptom of a problem. And individuals usually cheat for the reason that they want to they enjoy how they're seen in the eyes of their affair partner, not so much about who the affair partner is. But men tend to look at it more as an ego boost and, a change from the routine and the norm. Women usually look for more of an emotional connection. They're usually feeling as though they're not being listened to, not being heard, and they're looking for an emotional connection, but they all end up the same way.
Absolutely. Of the 1,200 women, 400 men I interviewed to write The Problem with Women is Men. Men largely cheat for physical gratification without any emotional ties, so there is no emotion to it. Or to get an ego boost, to your point.
You are a criminal investigator.
Yes.
Are there signs to spot, to know if your husband or wife is cheating?
Yes. Typically, you need to look at your gut. You need to really be in touch with your gut feeling. Most people say that they saw the signs, but they just didn't pay attention to them. But you look in changes in behavior, changes in schedule, changes in attitude. You also look at the overall picture of your relationship, whether or not there has been some breakdown in intimacy, whether there has been some change in the way that the couple is communicating. All of these things put together. It's not just one or two things, but mentioning names of people that you hadn't heard before, just activities that you're no longer invited to, physical changes in their appearance and their demeanor, the way they're interacting with you. So there's a lot of different signs.
Absolutely, and with the rise of the internet and with social networking being so popular, it kind of changes the dynamic there as well. So you end up with a lot of text messaging that didn't happen before, a lot of online chat, a lot of conversations in Facebook, laptops being closed very quickly, memories off of cell phones being cleared very, very often. So there's a lot of telltale signs.
So if you do feel you have reason to be suspicious, how should you handle it? Do you confront your partner directly, or do you, throw out little clues and let him or her hang himself or herself?
I'm always an advocate of gathering all the information possible. You just don't take one clue or one sign and then rush in there and have a confrontation. You take time to observe and you gather all of the information that you think is relevant to what might be going on in your marriage.
Absolutely. Without all the information, without all the evidence, it's going to be pointless. And you're talking about to quote your book, the ultimate betrayal. You're talking about the giving up your promise that you made, and unless you have all the evidence, you shouldn't be accused.
Now, how do you distinguish between, I'm sorry, dear, I'm sorry for cheating, versus, oh, I'm sorry I got caught?
That's nonsense. So there's, in my opinion, there's no such thing as that they're sorry tears, because cheating's always a choice. Everybody at this table, everybody in the audience, everybody out there definitely has a choice to cheat. You just make a conscious decision based on your honor and based on the promises that you've made to the other person that you said that you care about, not to cheat. So any tears that you cry are tears of guilt.
And I disagree somewhat. I think that when the person does not get caught, when the cheater does not get caught and they are discovered or they confess and they're crying and they're sorry, I think that there is a degree of remorse that may have set in prior to them being discovered.
Right.
But after that, it's
I can see somebody being truly sorry if they see later the damage they've done to people they really care about, like their kids, even if they don't care about the spouse. If they see that their actions have hurt the kids, sometimes they truly are sorry, I think.
Yes.
Can couples recover from somebody having an affair in the relationship? They
yes,
can.
They can. You just
and
have
be
to be
happily married.
Yes, you have to be willing to put in the work. Sometimes the marriage can even be better after an affair because, like I said, an affair is not usually the problem, it's a symptom of a problem. And if you can address the breakdown in the marriage and you can address what led up to us losing this connection, then a lot of times you learn to communicate better and you learn to understand each other better and the relationship can get stronger.
Hey, Charles, if a man's a cheater, is he always a cheater?
Not necessarily always, but I would strongly suggest to any woman who wants to take a cheater back why you would want to in the first place. He just did something to you. He committed the ultimate act of disrespect.
Right.
So why would you want him back?
Right. That's true. Danine, you're actually offering something, right, on your website?
I am. If you are dealing with infidelity in your marriage and you are interested in perhaps being part of a TV segment dealing with the aftermath and rebuilding trust, please visit my website. It's at ultimatebetrayal.com, and I have a link to get more information about an upcoming segment.
Okay. Well, Danine,
Great
Charles,
discussion.
Great information.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I wish we could talk about this more.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. There are books, more information on our website, as well as what Danine is offering. Yeah. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.